single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
The proclamation of the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus and his disciples set out for the villages of Caesarea Philippi. Along the way, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" They said in reply, "John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others one of the prophets." And he asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter said to him in reply, "You are the Christ." Then he warned them not to tell anyone about him. He began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and rise after 3 days. He spoke this openly. Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. At this he turned around and, looking at his disciples, rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan. You are thinking not as God does, but as human beings do." He summoned the crowd with his disciples and said to them, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and that of the gospel will save it." The Gospel of the Lord.
The Messiah of God. Some of you might be wondering, what is the meaning of the title, The Messiah of God? Well, I just have to confess that there are many Messiah figures in the history of the world, but we need to go back to scriptures in order to learn who is the Messiah that God sent. How do we recognize the Messiah that really comes from God? So this is an appeal also to all of us to be discerning, because the tendency has not ended. There are still many Messiah figures presenting themselves to us. In the first reading from Isaiah, we are confronted with something that is quite disturbing. Will you follow a Messiah figure in the image of the suffering servant? Please be honest to yourself. Is this the Messiah figure that you are expecting and that you desire? Isaiah presents to us this mysterious figure which we now connect with Jesus Christ, a figure who is purely servant. And he will be subjected to suffering and dehumanizing actions by those who are against him. They would even hurt him physically. He will be scourged. They will pluck his beard. They will spit on his face. Doesn't look like a Messiah. Doesn't look like the prefiguration of a Messiah who will be sent in the future. No? And if you have someone like that, no, you expect the person, if he were the Messiah, to defend himself, to show his might, his power. But what does this person do? This person says, I will not resist. I will not resist the violence being inflicted on me. And you say, what? Are you out of your mind? Are you just passive? Don't you care? Don't you have any love for yourself? But the answer will come from Isaiah himself. This person will say, no, I am not passive. But I don't need to defend myself. I don't even consider their violent acts, their insults, as a disgrace to me. I don't feel insulted because God is on my side. God is with me. And with God to defend me, no one can put me to shame. My dear brothers and sisters, this is not just a suffering Messiah, but this is a Messiah who is so sure of God's fidelity, so sure of God's protection, and so sure that he is doing God's will, that no one can insult him. This person is beyond insult. That gives him the strength to fight atrocities by not being as violent, reactive as the persecutors. What faith! This is the faith of the Messiah. The faith in the one who sent him. In the second reading, St. James talks about faith also. The faith that must be manifested in works. Works of love, works of charity, works of justice. For him, faith that does not manifest itself in good works is dead. So he dares people who say, I have faith, but without works. He dares them, okay, show me your faith, and I will show you my faith through my good works. The same with the Messiah. The faith of the Messiah presented by Isaiah makes this person strong and active in a non-violent way to fight violence. And the spring is faith, not just tolerance, definitely not passivity, but it is faith. And someone with faith will do these actions, and this person is beyond insult and disgrace.